Messed up, believe it or not. And I'm gonna get just a little more compound on there, and I'm gonna do it again. Very, very lightly. I wish I had a wider taping knife, but I don't have a wider one. I don't care how many times I have to go up and down the wall. I just want to cover this. Okay. Yeah, it's not. It's so freaking bad. Okay, there we go. There we go. I gotta go way up high. But I don't want to take too much of my compound off. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Because now I could just come back later. Now I could just sand that little bit. Now it's all the way over here. But now I could sand that smooth. You'll see how that looks later on. I still got to put more compound though. The freaking thing was so big, you need a lot of compound for that. I don't want to have to do it twice. I do not want to have to do this twice. So I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of compound on here. Because as you can see, all right, now, nice and slow. All right, and I don't care about that. Now I only got to sand that line. If you have a line like that, don't even try to fix it. Just leave it like that. You know what I mean? Because as you can see now, all I got to sand is the edges all around there and that line. And I'll show you that in my next video. Let me put my phone down. Because I got to clean my taping knife. I don't like leaving all that compound on my knives. Okay. That was that. Now, you can clearly see, even when I'm standing back here. What'd that take me? A couple minutes? Just cleaned this sink and now I gotta, it's only compound. Use hot water and let it run for a minute. And these are cheap. I don't know where your guys are from, but these are the new. They just started as you can see, my stickers are still on there. These are brand new too. Actually I didn't. I thought I lost my 10-inch original taping knife. I have two of them now. And as you can see, all that compound on there. Even if it's hard on these things, hot water. Hot water will take it right off. I don't want that chunk to go in the sink. But you can see, this was hard compound. And this water is super hot, so I'm not going to stick my hand under it. If you could see the friggin' steam coming off this faucet. There we go. Little shake. And I have some Dunkin' Donuts. napkins. right there. I'm trying to keep my sink, well, the sink. Trying to keep this sink clean now. There's a couple of things in the drain that I don't want to go down there. Piece of the mop. Let me rinse this sink out one more time. Okay, good enough. Alright, but actually, here we go. Turn the heat up to 75 because the heat's right there. And look, I got compound on the brand. Oh no. Oh my God. How horrible is that? I ruined it. Oh my God, you ruined it. That's what a million people are going to say. Whoever watches my video. No, I didn't ruin it. It's freaking joint compound. You can get joint compound all over everything, guys. And it literally wipes right off. That's actually from opening the lid, all the dust. But, okay. And I got some on my baseboard. A little bit of compound there. Don't hit your wall. Don't ruin what you just did. Okay. Another trick is if somebody puts a ton of compound on the wall, believe it or not, you take a wet freaking sponge. Instead of sanding it and making a big mess with dust and everything, if there's tons of compound on the wall, take a hot, wet sponge and wipe all the compound smooth first. Very lightly. Just wipe it with a hot, wet sponge. And I'm telling you, you wouldn't believe it. It'll come out nice and smooth. Okay? And instead of sanding for 20 minutes, trust me, hot sponge. And it has to be a nice kind of smooth sponge. Not soaking wet neither. Just a very hot water. Not hot enough to burn your hands, of course, but warm water on a sponge. And just like that line, like this line right here, if you just take a hot sponge and just wipe it, look at that's bubbling already. That's okay. I'm gonna have to sand. That'll sand because this bubbled up a little bit too. But all those spots are ready for paint. I could paint that little spot too already. But I'm not doing nothing else in here tonight. But hot wet sponge again. And you could wipe down. I mean, don't scrub it lightly, like I said. Real lightly go over with a hot wet sponge, and it'll take the freaking compound right down. Then let it dry again. It'll dry super fast. You know what I mean? It will dry super fast, and it's not gonna crack or break it, or or fall apart. And then once it dries again, then you sand it, and you'll have less than half. That's for like big globs. Like that was on the wall in the first place over here. What this wall look like in the first place? If they would have took a hot sponge and just went over it, warm, damp sponge and just went over it like that, and then left it and then sanded it, that wall would have been nice and smooth. And look at the dust. That's from cutting. That's from cutting the laminate, because I had a cut over here to put the metal channel in there, and when you cut that friggin' laminate shit, it gets static electricity and sticks all over the walls and everything. Alright, YouTube, like, subscribe, and again, thanks for watching. I don't know. I'll try to teach some people as many tips and tricks as I learned and I taught myself. Most of this stuff, believe it or not, I taught myself how to do. What is this dust here? Alright, that's just a little bit of dust. Came right off. But as you can see, There's no compound on the floor. Wipes right off. So I'm gonna end this video now, because there's really not too much more I could do here right now. I'm gonna go take a break, probably go eat some dinner, and then like I said, I might come back here for a couple hours tonight. Maybe I'll paint these little spots here, paint that little spot, sand and paint that little spot, and then I fix that. If I showed you guys the other day, I fixed it once, but then when I had to put the door in, it cracked again, so I had to fix it again. And there was another little tiny hole where you see that little spot of compound, so I might just sand all of that, because I did that early this morning. Actually, that's not dry neither. I could see it. It's still wet, so I won't be able to paint that tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video because I'm hungry. I'm starving. Yeah, I'll just show you guys this from this angle. Now, as you can see how flat that looks now? When you were standing right here before, you could see that freaking spot. But now, as you could see from the angle, all I'm gonna have to sand is this outside here very lightly and sand that little spot off and them little bubbles. And if I have to just skim coat it one more time, I'll skim coat it one more time, which I doubt I'm gonna have to. From what it looked like before, like I said, from what it looked like before till what I just did, fix that ugly spot on the wall, it's gonna look 100 times better. But thanks for watching. I'm really going to end my video now because it's 45 minutes. It's going to be part 1 and part 2 again. As I said, my phone...